but we do need to document it in some way. So we just need to explain what the project is, what we want to be doing. So obviously it's to develop up the inspection workshop and accreditation for rail bridge inspection. So just provide a bit of detail around what that is and the units that it's relevant to and so on. Then we need to define the scope of it. So it'll, I guess defining what our current thoughts are around, the actual workshop itself, the aspects that we need to develop up for the accreditation, I guess to give an indication of the time and effort it is actually going to take, because I guess that's where it gets to in the end. We need to provide a bit of an estimate, and it can be fairly rubbery. I certainly don't want you putting together a massively detailed WBS to try and define it, but need to see a little bit of thought behind it around, it might be, let's just say, $50,000 of your time, as well as $30,000 of Tatiana's time, 20 of my time, 20 of Jeff and Vic's time to help with the development of the accreditation stuff. Just some really rough figures along those lines around development of the workshop, development of the accreditation. Certainly note that it has been discussed with ARTC, and they, in principle, support it. By the way, I'm hoping to meet with their head of structures when I go to Sydney at the start of February.
Right.
So his name's Peter Prasad, and yes, he was the guy that I talked to who, in principle, supports it and thinks it's great because it saves him from having to assess CVs and make a judgment call as to whether he believes the person is up to standard or not. Because that's pretty much what he's having to do, because there's not a proper system in place for accrediting. He requires a CV, he requires some examples of their inspection reports, and then they often check in on their first few inspections to make sure they're up to scratch as well. So anyway,
okay.
I think it's that sort of level of detail, because what I'll do, myself, Tatiana, review and just tweak and change it, make sure we've got sort of the right level of information and details, and then I'll put it to the chiefs just to say, well, hey, this is what we want to do. It's been discussing, we now need to pull the trigger on it. It's going to be $200,000, whatever the investment is, and just make sure they're happy with it, because it will be a significant investment. I don't know if you've got any figures in your mind, but if you think about the level of involvement we will need to have collectively to develop up the material, like this stuff that we can transfer from the road side of things, and I'm sure there's information and details and stuff that we can utilise, but there'll be a significant amount of new stuff that we will need to develop up. So it's going to be surely in the hundreds of thousands of dollars, I'm guessing.
Okay, so the example that I got from Tatiana, maybe I could just share my screen.
Yeah, go for it.
So this is what she's provided. I got two examples of these. So
yep. Okay, so it's like a WOG type thing or something, is it, or a Warrap? I mean, a Warrap or a NACO type proposal. But anyway, yeah, that's okay. Happy to use a template like that.
Okay. Because I just looked at this, and so there's background, objective, outputs, benefits, and methodology, and now I'm trying to incorporate the information you've just told me now, and use this template.
Which sort of fills in those things anyway. So the background, the objective is to develop and deliver a workshop and accreditation. Outputs will be the actual presentation itself,
Yeah.
accreditation system, so on and so forth. Yeah, so I think what I've just
Labor
said sort of just fills out a lot of those sections.
And this will fill up the timing and cost allocation.
Yeah, so it doesn't actually have costs there, does it? But at least has budget hours.
I could just probably add another column there for the cost.
Yeah.
Simple.
Yeah, I think it's worthwhile putting in some costs. Just having a look at this though, like it's a familiar template and got Mike Shackleton. I think I know what it is. We for a while there we're getting proposals around wasn't necessarily business development, but like sort of capability development and capacity development within the business. So they're all going to Mike Shackleton. So of course he's just more interested in the hours that are required. I think we should put costs in there as well. So rough hours and then the relevant costs against those, just to quantify it. Yeah.
Okay. Now, when do you need this by?
Well,
yesterday.
There's no deadline.
Okay.
To be honest, to be frank with you, there's no real deadline, but we've just got to get this moving.
Yeah.
So I would hope. I was hoping for it this week. I'm going to be honest, but it's no major ordeal. If it has to be Monday, Tuesday, or something, it's not going to be any major issue. But we just got to put it down on paper and then get it moving, because it's going to, again, I don't know what your thoughts are, but it's going to take a lot of time. It's not going to be something that's just going to be a few weeks work and off we go. It's probably going to take the full year.
Yeah.
So, if we don't start somewhere, well, it's just going to keep dragging out. So yeah, hey, great if you can get it done today. If you've got other things on or whatever, early next week we'll be fine.
Okay, no worries. Okay. Yeah.
All good. Anything else you need? You're right?
Yeah, we're good. Thanks for the input, and I'll start on working on this.
Okay, no problems. Okay. All good.
Thanks, Nigel.
Thanks, Patricia. See ya.
See ya. Bye.